Hi friends, I am Riju. Today we are planning to discuss the topic Azure Load Balancer. So what is the learning objective today I am discussing? Azure Load Balancer concept and Load Balancer type and Load Balancer SKU and Load Balancer implementation component. And finally we will create for the one load balance in the Azure portal. So we will discuss for the our learning objective. So first we will go for the Azure Load Balancer concept. I will just represent it one demo, then we can understand very easily. So here you can see I needed to access for the rejoskill.com. So once the rejoskill.com, anyone in the request in the internet, so the request will be coming and the request will be going to the corresponding web server. So in case you have more requests will be coming from the different location. So what happened? The web server cannot handling this request. Maybe it will be down. So how to we can rectify this type of solution? The Azure will be provided for the Azure Load Balancer. So once you create the Azure Load Balancer, your traffic will be coming. This traffic will be distributed across the backend port. You can see here your traffic all will be going to different web server. So now you understand the concept of the Azure Load Balancer. So it's distribute the incoming network traffic across the backend server and resource. So you can see here before you cannot transfer your network traffic. So finally, once the load balancer will be coming, your traffic all will be going to the different web server. Okay. So next, provide high availability and network performance in the application. It provides the high availability, not the downtime. Okay. So next, what is the type of available in the Azure Load Balancer? There are two types, public and internal load balancer, and the combination of the both. You can combine it with the public and internal LB. So, and also the Azure Load Balance in the OS layer 4. So next we will go for the Azure Public Load Balancer. So what is the concept of the Public Load Balancer? Here is the diagram you can represent. You need to access for the your connectivity coming from the input outside the network. So what happened? There one of the internet load balancer, you will be configure the network port and traffic will be going to the different web tier. Okay. So here map the public IP address and port number of incoming traffic into the VM private IP address and port number and vice versa. See here your incoming traffic will be coming from the internet. So this will be mapped to your backend port. Apply the load balancer rule to distribute the traffic across the VM or the service. So now you understand the Azure public load balancer. Azure public load, the front-end IP address is the public load balancer, public IP address. Okay. So next we will discuss for the Azure internal load balancer. So what is the concept of internal load balancer? You can see here the connectivity coming only for the internal. There is no connectivity coming from the outside the network. Okay. So here you can see your virtual network. You have the business tier. Then the database tier will be connected through the internal load balancer. So this load balancer not connected with the outside the internet. So internal load balancer are used to load the balance traffic inside the virtual network. So here the inside virtual network, the traffic will be managed using the internal load balancer. The front-end IP address and virtual network are never directly exposed to the internet endpoint. So now you understand what is the concept of Azure internal load balancer. Internal load balancer only connected to the internal private network. It's not connected to the outside the public network. So here you can see the combination of the both public and internal load balancer multi-tier application. You can see here the public load balancer, here internal. The internal load balancer only connectivity through this part. Okay. So public only connectivity to this part. So this virtual meter not connected to the publicly connected, because only public connection will be coming to here only. So now you understand what the combination of the multi-tier application. So now we will discuss what is the difference between the private load balancer and public load balancer. The private load balancer, the private handle with the private IP address, and public load balancer is using the public IP address. So front-end IP address is a private, and here the front-end IP address is the public. So traffic only manage the inside network. It will not manage with the outside one. Traffic manage public IP network and no outbound connectivity to the internet. And here you can see the outbound connectivity to the internet. Now you understand what is the concept of private load balancer and public load balancer. Next we will go for the Azure Load Balancer size. So here you can in the portal you can see the SKU size. There are three types: standard, gateway and basic. We are discuss about the standard and basic. So here the diagram is representing the table. The future, the basic and standard, the health probes, HTTP and TCP, and standard is equal to HTTP and TCP. They are supporting, and their availability zone, basic not availability zone, and standard we can get the zone redundancy and zone frontend for inbound and outbound traffic. Then multi frontend, inbound only and inbound and outbound, and security by default open to the internet, and standard is closed. You need to configure the network security group. And future backend pool size, they will support for 300 IP configurations, single availability set. Standard only supported for the 500 instance, and service level agreement, basic is not available and standard is available for the 90.99%. So now you understand the Azure Load Balancer SKU. Just only two SKU available, basic and standard. The basic is already discussed this table, and standard is supporting for this. Okay. So next we will discuss for the gateway SKU support, high performance and high availabilities and a third party network hosted. This we will discuss in the later. Okay. So next, load balancer implementation component. So what is the component available for once you implement in the load balancer? So we will discuss for first. See in the diagram you can see I just connected with the public load balancer and internal load balancer. So where the component will be pop up, you can discuss. So what the first one you can see front-end IP address. So here front-end IP address, public IP or internal IP that you load in the load balancer. So here you can see your front-end IP is public because you are the public load balancer. Here is the front-end IP is internal, so this for internal load balancer. So next component you can see the backend port, service and resource like a VM, instant Azure virtual machine and scaleless. So where is the backend port? So here you can see the two backend ports. So one for the SQL in the database tier, and another one is web tier. So this tier will be this backend port will be connected to the public load balancer, and this backend port is connected to the internal load balancer. So now you understand what is the backend port. Backend port is the connectivity for your resources, service and resource like a VM or something like this. So next you can go for the health probe. So what is a health probe? You can see here the health probe will be periodically check the resource in the backend pole are healthy. So what? Once you create the health probe always check the backend resource is healthy. If you send, because they will send for the HTTP or HTTPS request and each 5 seconds like this one. So they will check the health of our backend pole. If the backend pole, if you have any downtime, they will report for the health. Okay. So now you understand the health probe concept. Okay. So next one, what is the rule? So how traffic is distributed your backend pole? So the load balancer will be distribute the traffic. So where you need when the traffic will be coming, they will distribute your traffic for the different version network. Or here you can also see the they will traffic for the different example. So this is the main component of front-end IP, backend pole, and health probe and the rules. So now you understand where the concept is, what is the front-end IP and backend pole and health probe and rules. So next we will discuss for the demonstration. So how to we can configure for the one load balancer. So here you can see the same concept I will discuss in the Azure portal. So we will go for our portal and I will show you how to we can configure the public load balancer in the Azure portal. The Azure portal. So I explain you what is the pre-configuration I am done before creating the load balancer. So I just create one resource group. The resource group name is RJ Demo LLB. Then after that I create one virtual network and 2 virtual machine. So here I create one virtual network VNet demo LP and 2 virtual machine VM1 and VM2. So here just we will click for virtual network. So the address space is 10.0.0.0. Here you can see that the space is 10.0.0 and I create one subnet. The subnet range is 10.0.1.01. So now you understand what is we done the pre-configuration in the virtual network. Same like I just go for creating two VM, the VM1 and VM2. After that VM1 I just install the IS server. So first now we will connect for our VM. So just go for connect. Then after I install, I just go for the downloading the RDP file. Just download it and double click. You can see here password. Okay, I just open. Now I just open the virtual machine VM1. So just waiting for the connectivity. So here you can see our virtual machine, and here you can see your local server. Already I installed the ISS. So we will check the what is IP address here. 10 dot. You can check on IP config. So here 10.0.1.4. Just we will go for our internet browser Edge. We will check the internet IS is working on 10.0.1.4. Just click and enter. So you can see here internet information service is working VM demo 01 LP. Okay, so this is the name I just mentioned because we can easily understand when the load balancer will become. Okay, so now the web server is working. So now I just connect for the second our virtual machine. Just go for here VM1 and VM2. Then here I just go for connect. Just click the connect. Then download the RDP. Yeah, this is VM2. Just open it. Same like the password you need to enter. Continue. So just we will check what the IS server is running or no. So just waiting for the connectivity for our virtual machine. So here also we just go for here. We can see here IS is running. So we will check what is the IP configuration. IP config. So 10.0.1.5. Just open the internet page. Here we will type 0.1.5. So here you can see VM2 LB demo. The both IS server is working fine. So next we will checking we can access through publicly through the internet. So this is we checking now the internal IP address. So we will just go for our browser. So what is the public IP address here? Just copy. So here we will go for here. Just click. So VM2 LB demo we can access through the publicly. So we will check for what about the VM1 demo LP. So here we will copy our public IP address. So just to copy your public IP address, just paste here. So now you can see here we cannot connect publicly to our VM1. So what is the reason? Because we not configure I think inbound port. Just we will go for VM1 demo lab. You can go to networking. And here you can see we don't create anything the inbound port rule for connecting our virtual machine. If you go for opening VM2 demo LB, then you can go for here. You can see the port configuration. Here we will coming our network. network. Just click the network. So here you can see the our inbound rule already connected because we already allow. But you go here, your inbound rule not create. So we will create our inbound rule, add inbound rule. So source any source port range, okay, destination any, and you can here HTTP and 18 port TCP and allow the port rule we will create. Okay, allow HTTP 880. Okay, then we will add our inbound rule. After successfully add the inbound rule, we just refresh here, connect network again. You can see here now we will add our inbound rule. So you can 310 port 80 TCP any command. So just we will go for check here. Again the connectivity is working on. Yeah, see now your VM demo 1LB is connected. So now you understand how to we can connect to the public because we will change our add inbound rule. So next we will go for creating load balancer. So here you can see, you can type here load balancer, load balancer. So here you can type your load balancer, you can get that. So before I will go for load balancer, I just go for load balancing helping me choose. So you just click here. So here you can see application gateway, front door and load balancer. You can choose whatever the application app to your application. So here load balancer, this layer 4 load balancer, internal and public configuration, high availability across the zone and global across the Azure region. So you can see application gateway, internal and public configuration, layer 7 and SSL DLs and front door all available. So currently we will discuss for the load balancer. So just I will go for creating the load balancer. You can click here or otherwise you just go for creating the load balancer. So here we will create the load balancer. Just click create. So before you needed to select your resource group. I have already removed RJ demo LB. Then we will give the name load balancer LB done. So I just enter the name and here you can see region, which region you are already located, that region you select East US. And here already I informed before the SKU type, standard, gateway and basic. So just we will select for the standard and here which type of load balancer you are. I just go for public and here tier you can connect through the region wise and global wise. So currently I just go for the region wise. Just next one, next front-end IP configuration. So now after configuration we will create the front-end IP configuration. So the IP address, the public load balancer, that IP address will be distributed over the network. So just click add front-end IP configuration. So here you need to create your name. So demo LB public. Okay, just enter one name and here you can choose your public IP address or you need to create, because currently we don't have access with the VM1 VM2 demo. We need to create the new IP address. So here we need to select your name. So public IP here. So I just create the name and SKU size standard and tier regional, and here you need to select your availability zone and routing Microsoft network. Just after that click OK. Then here gateway load balancer. So just to create add. So what happened, your front-end IP configuration is completed. So after that now I will not creating for the backend pool or inbound rules or outbound rules. Okay, so I will create the after the load balancer completely create. So just you can get the validation path, then create. So now what happened, I create the load balancer and I add the front-end IP address in the public load balancer. So just waiting for the load balancer will be creation. So once you created, I will show the step, what is the step we needed to include in the load balancer. So just waiting for the load balancer creation. So we will just go for Microsoft Azure and we will click our load balancer. Currently the deployment is successful. So what I do, I just refresh here page. So now your load balancer is already created. So just check your load balancer here. So here I told you before our diagrammatic what is the command available in the load balancer. Backend pool, health prop, load balancing rule, inbound NAT rule, outbound rule and property. So first we will go for, already we create the frontend IP config. You can see this is our the public IP address. So next we will create our backend pool. So click the backend pool, we will select our VM. So just click add. So here you need to enter your backend pool name, LB demo backend pool. Then here you need to select your virtual network. You can select here, and you need to add your backend pool. Just click add. You see, you already we create the virtual machine. Also here you can associate with that virtual machine. Just click add. So now you understand how to we can create the backend pool. After that, now create the backend pool and also we can save. So now your backend pool is creation is deployment in progress. So now you understand how to we can create the backend pool. Okay. Now the backend pool creation is completed. So what I will need to do next step, we will create the health probe. So what is the health probe means? Health probe will be periodically check the your health of the backend pool. So just create, click here, just add, and you need to give the name LB demo health pro. So I just give the name. And what is the protocol you can use here? TCP or HTTP, whatever. I just go for TCP or HTTP, whatever the protocol you need to select. Then the port number 80 and interval second. So what happened? Each 5 seconds, the health probe will be send the message to the our backend port. Then they will check, health probe will use to check the status of the backbone instance. So now what I just create and save. So now the backend pool is creation is complete. So just we will go for our load balancer. So here the backend pool is created. So now the backbone frontend IP backend pool created, health probes created. Next one, load balancer rule. We needed to allow the rules. What rule? How to we can distribute our traffic. So just click add, and here you needed to enter your backend load balancing rule. I will LB demo rule. Okay. Then we will see the IP version and front-end IP address. You need to select your LB because already we create the demo public IP address. So we will go for that select, and backend pool. We select the backend pool also we created. Then protocol TCP and port. What port you need to complete? Port 80, and you can run 443, but currently we will go for 880. And backend pool also port 80, and you need to select your health pro. Already I created LB demo health pro, and section persistent. So what is the section persistent means? Here 3 options: none, client, IP address. So once the normal, once you once you connect your web server, so the web server after your section will be completed, what happened? You need to another section you connected, you will connect to the another VM, another virtual machine. It's like a session persistent none. If the client IP means the first section you will connect it. Okay. After the IP will be saved, the client IP will be saved. Then the next section you will connect the same client IP you can connect with the web server. What is the client IP and protocol? Same concept. The next section, if you connect with the client IP, the next section also connect with the client IP and the protocol. So currently we will go for the none. And ideal timeout means your connectivity. Example, your client with the server, the connectivity time. What's the time I leave the connection? So here we will click the 4 minutes. It's like a minute. Then enable the TP reset or enable the TC reset. Once you enable this TP reset, your connection will be dropped. Again, the connection will be come back. So, but I will not click enable the TCP reset. Okay. So enable floating IP means it's simple. Once you connect with your backend port, like example, you will connect through the 18. Okay. The backend pool, you have the the backend IP address, and the port is like you will connect through the 443. Okay. So what happened? The connectivity will be go for the same port number. It's like if you need to connect to the both the backend pool and the front end, like connect with both the port number 80, you can using the floater. Currently I am not using the floating IP, and you can check here outbound source network is recommended safe. So now what happened? We create our the load balancing rule. So the load balancing rule is complete. We will go for our front end IP configuration. We will check we can connect through this public IP. Just to go for copy, then we will paste here. It take little time to load. So see, now we will go for here 2080.154. We can connect it through our load balancer. So here what is your load balancer IP is 2085. You are publicly connected to the 20. So VM2 LB demo you are connected. For Chrome we will check what we will get it. Yeah, see, now you go for another web browser VM demo 01 LB. So in the Mozilla you can see VM2 LB. So your traffic will be distributed now the both the VM. Now you understand what is the concept of the Azure load balancer. So now you connect through the public IP in the public load balancer. So now I just map this public IP in the our DNS name. So how to we can do? Just to go for DNS. Just say click DNS zone. Then I create one DNS zone here. Source group remove RJ demo LB, and we will put rejo skill dot. Then the source group location is same. I just go for basic data. Yeah, click .com. I missed this one. Then remove and create. So now the our DNS zone is created. So what I do, I just connect. Now we connected through the public load balance IP. Okay, so I just change this load balance IP to our Rejo skill, our domain name. Okay, so how to we can do this one? Just waiting for the validation process, then create. So now what happened? We already create rejoskill.com in the DNS. So we needed to map our DNS name server to our rejoskill.com. So my register is GoDaddy. I just go for GoDaddy here. So here already I just rejoskill.com, and we will click the DNS, and here the name server. Just click the name server. I already add the name server before. You need to change the name. Just click the change the name server, and you can edit your name server here. Because I am already add, we need to confirm NS1. Okay. Okay. Here we will check our name server. So ns33.azure.dns. What is this one? ns33.azure.dns.com, ns233 azure.dns.net, ns2 dns azure.dns, and ns3 ns4. The same DNS, because I am before add this one, that's why showing the NS. So after that add, you should save. Okay. So now we will add our name server. So we need to map our rejoskill.com in the load balancer public IP. So how to we can do this one? Just to go for IP, public IP. Yeah, just click the public IP address. So you can see this is your load balancer IP address. Just click this load balancer IP address. Then after that, you just map your IP. So how to we can do here? Here just to go for downside configuration. So here you need to create your alias record. Just click create alias record. So just rejoskill.com, if the name you need to create the name, just create only. This automatically generate the create the record set at. So what happened, we needed to create our alias record. We need to map the public IP address in our DNS record. So just we will go for again the DNS record. The mapping is completed, create the record. So already create the record. We just go for DNS zone. We will check rejoskill.com. So here you can see your alias will be created, a record will be created, public IP address, and the target is equal your load balance. So we will just, before how to be connected, we connect our ISO to our public load balance IP address. So just we will go for again rejoskill.com. So just waiting for the HTTPS, not what HTTP, not S. Yeah, see, because see now rejoskill.com is connected through the our public load balancer. So before you see you connect through how your IS server 2085. So we will map to our IS server to our domain name rejoskill.com. So now you understand how to map your public load balance IP address in the DNS. So now we will front-end, backend pole, health prop, and load balancing rule. So what is inbound NAT rule? So we will need to create the inbound NAT rule means. So here you can example, I need to connect some particular, if example I need to connect through our public IP address, public load balancer IP address to our RDP connection to our front-end IP configuration. So here I just go for copy this load balancer IP address. Okay. Then I just go for add PC. You can go here, you just paste your name, then add, then just click connection. We will check we can publicly access through our IP address, load balance IP address. So currently they initiate a remote connect. See, unable to connect. So unable to connect your load balance IP address remotely for your virtual machine v1. Okay. So what I do, I just create inbound network. Just click to this one, and here you can create your network. How do we can just add? So an inbound network for the incoming traffic sends selected IP address and port combination with the specific virtual machine. So what I knew, I needed to give the remote desktop connection through my virtual machine one. So how do we can here write VM one RDP remote desktop RDP human L. So I just click the name Azure virtual machine, type backend. You can see here Azure virtual machine or backend, but we need to select our Azure virtual machine. So target virtual machine VM1 demo LB or VM2. We will go for VM1 demo LB, and here you need to network IP configuration already 14 and VM2 is 15. Okay. And front end IP address we select our LB load balance IP address and front end port 3389. This is the remote desktop port. Service tag you can select here. What is the service tag? We need to connect RDP. So RDP connection and backend port also 338 and TCP connection timeout for enable. If you need timeout and enable the floating IP, just click add. So now our inbound NAT route will be created. The inbound and the particular virtual machine we need to connect through the load balancer IP address. So just waiting for the deployment process. Yeah. Now the deployment is succeed. So we just go for our copy the front end IP address. Same IP address. This front end is our load balance IP address. Okay. So just copy that one. So just we will go for VM, the same IP address. We try to connect again. You can see before not coming anything, just go for admin key and just enter the so just waiting for. So now you are on the C. Now we will connect our VM demo 1 LB. Before we cannot connect because we need to implement the NAT rule after we get the connectivity for the our public load balancer IP address. So now you understand what is the NAT rule. So almost I cover all the topic here for our virtual machine load balancer. And outbound rule, and just outbound rule means we need to create the rule. So what is the outbound? Use outbound rule to configure the outbound network address translation for all the virtual machine in the backend pool to create the outbound rule. The load balancer SKU size must be standard and front-end IP configuration must have at least one public IP address. So outbound rule you need to create. Just to go for click here. Yeah, you need to create the name of the outbound rule and you need to select the front-end IP address here and you need to select your backend pool. See here LB demo backend pool and port creation and same like this one. What is the protocol you need? TCP IP and back this outbound rule apply to rule backend pool to outbound rule can only apply to the primary IP configuration network interface. So backend pool we will connect it and choose by outbound port. So port persistent and maximum number. So how many port you need to allow to connectivity through the outbound connection. So here you can select port persistency and you can create here the only positive whole value. If example we will create 100. So this number port per instance must be number divisible by 8. So only allowed for the divisible by 8. So we just 64. Maximum number of backend instance is 9. Okay, so now you understand. We will create the add outbound rule. Just click and what is the name you need outbound rule LB. You create outbound rule LB and IP forward and front-end IP you need to choose and protocol and ideal timeout whatever any, then backend port and select your backend port and here you need to create the port instance. Each backend instance can use up to this many port for the connection because how many port you can connect to the backend port. So just click add, you can get. So you understand what is the load balancer and what is the concept of load balancer, how to we can configure the load balancer. So currently I am wind up my topic. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel and support me.